Oh, sorry. I just realized I was muted this whole time. Anyways, we're live for the Europa League reaction, guys. Let me go ahead and turn the lights on. It's a little dark in this room. So, we're gonna go ahead and start this, guys. We're gonna do our Europa League reaction, of course. So, like I said, Matt should be joining us. Matt is gonna um be joining us hopefully soon. In the meantime, what we're gonna do is um maybe go through maybe we'll do the Thursday games and then we'll wait for Matt to do the Wednesday games with him. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. So please remember to like and subscribe, of course. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Well, actually, I'll tell you what. Let's just go through the. We'll do the. I'll do the Porto game specifically with Matt, since I know Matt's a Porto fan. But I'll talk about the rest of the other games. And then Matt comes on. We'll discuss the Porto game just with him. So Europa League time, man. Europa League time, man. Everyone's favorite competition. So let me go ahead and get started. We're gonna go ahead and let people know we're live. Let me just go ahead and send the link in the chat because I'm not sure if people know we're live. So let me just let people know we're live. So let's see. Let me just send the link. We're live. So let's read you guys' comments. Jordan Sports Hub says hi. Thank you for hey, thank you for joining. CK1570 says hi. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining CK. All right, so let's start with the Wednesday games. Let me get my timestamp. Let me get my timestamp, guys. Let me do that real quick. So we'll do Wednesday games. So remember, guys, this is the only match day where we're gonna have what is it called? Games take place on Wednesday and Thursday. Next week onwards, though, match day 2 onwards is gonna be regular schedule, like Thursday as usual. So we got AZ Alkmaar 3, Elfsborg 2. I gotta be honest with you guys. Elfsborg did look a lot better than I initially thought. I thought Elfsborg would be very poor in this Europa League. I wasn't very convinced with them, and everything. And I just didn't really have high hopes for them. But to be fair, they actually put up a decent performance. They scored 2 goals. The goalkeeper made a mistake, though. I think it was for the first goal. And yeah, even though AZ Alkmaar did win, I'm not convinced with AZ Alkmaar that much because they have just about scraped a win here, guys. Like 16 shots, 9 on target. I know the score. I mean, they obviously dominated the game, but still, their finishing was awful. Like, how you're only scoring 3 goals with that amount of chances? And Ellsberg, like I said, they were just clinical. Like they took every opportunity they got, and I gotta say, man, the AZ Alkmaar defense looks very suspect. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens here. We'll see how AZ Alkmaar do because I do think they're a team that could maybe get the knockarounds playoffs, or they might just go out. Go out. I don't think they're getting top 8. I think top 8 is a bridge too far. But they could definitely make it through. Maybe playoffs is probably the best way to do it. So once again, shout out to Ellsworth. They got a red card very late in the game, 86th minute, and yeah, for Ellsworth, man, I just want to check out of curiosity who their next game is against. Their next game is against in the Europa League is against Roma at home. That's gonna be a tough game. That's gonna be a tough game. But I think they can feel proud of their performance, man. They can feel proud of that performance. Indeed. And I know we have the Tottenham game that's ongoing, guys. We'll probably speak about the Tottenham game for last, and then the Porto game, since the Tottenham game is the last game we got here. So, yeah. Um, so, yeah. All right, let's move to the next game. The next game we got here, it is actually let me read you guys' comments. Eddie, can I get a shout out to my friend Eddie? He's a big fan of yours. I don't even know who Eddie is. So, um, yeah. Uh, I think I'll just move past that. Jokan MG says, hello. Thank you for joining, man. Thank you for joining. I do notice we got some interesting people here in the chat. Like I said, if you are a troll or anything like that, I will be banning you from this channel. I don't stand trolls. So, yeah. But for right now, I think it's okay. But yeah, let's move. Okay. So we're going to save the Bodo Glen for Porto game. We're going to save that for last because I want to hear Matt's thoughts on it. So I'm going to speak about that game later. They got Anderlecht 2, Ferencváros 1. Hey, Chris, maybe you're right, man. Maybe I should have put more stocks in Anderlecht. Now, remember, it is just one game, and to be fair, was a bit harsh with Anderlecht when it came to my predictions. I believe I said they would go out in the league phase, in the initial, the league phase would be those eliminated teams. But now they got a big win against Ferencváros. And guys, Ferencváros haven't been the same since. I feel like Ferencváros, ever since they made that Champions League a few years ago, they've kind of gone downhill since then. And they started to go through a slowly decline. And I think the decline is now real. So shout out to Anderlecht, man. You guys got the win. Venstering got the goal. Dolberg got the goal. I remember Dolberg. He's a good striker, man. Good striker for Denmark. And yeah, for Ferencváros, as I said, man, I don't know what this formation is. It's too attacking. This 4-2-1-3. I mean, where's the midfield shape whatsoever? It just looks so unbalanced. And yeah, they got a goal there. Trier got a goal, but it was a really consolation goal. And it was pretty much up down to the fact they went down at 10 men. So Ferencváros, man, I think I might have overhyped Ferencváros, and Anderlecht are looking good, man. Anderlecht are looking good. It's a solid 2-1 win for them at home. And yeah, I'm happy to be proven wrong, man. I'm happy to be proven wrong indeed. So it's good to see that Ferencváros didn't play that well. And yeah, just look at the stats here in particular, guys. Obviously, there's so many goals, so it's going to be hard for me to discuss every goal, but that was a great goal there. And you can see the 2 goals being scored there and that position. And let me just show you guys the AZ Alkmaar 3-2 if you guys want to see the goals, the goal momentum. As you can see, all 3 goals, and then the Augsburg 2 goals kind of came out of nowhere, you can say. So yeah, they got Dynamo Kiev 0, Lazio 3. This was pretty much this one-sided affair. Lazio actually played really good on the road for once. Lazio is typically a bad away team. Boyle Diaz scored a brace. Dele Bashura got the assist. And yeah, Lazio just looked fantastic in this game. Dynamo Kiev looked really poor. Even though Dynamo Kiev did have 10 shots, 6 on target, they didn't really create any great opportunities. Like, they didn't really create that many good opportunities. They were good in the first half, I'll tell you that. But the second half, man, they were just not good. They weren't able to come back. Lazio, I think, were just clinical on the day. And that was the difference for them on the day. Moving on, we have is Midtjylland 1, Hoffenheim 1, man. Great solid point for Midtjylland at home. Hoffenheim almost lost this game. And it's a good point for Midtjylland, man. And I think Midtjylland is definitely one of the more underrated teams this year's Europa League. I think they're a very underrated team. So, yeah, Osario got the goal. And yeah, Osario got the goal, man. And Hoffenheim got the equalizer coming off the bench there. Morstad got the goal. And yeah, that's how it finished, man. That's how it finished. So congratulations to Midtjylland for holding on. It's a shame they couldn't win this game because I do think had they won this game, this could have been huge for them for their chance to knock around playoffs. But, it is what it is, and that's just how things are like. So it is a shame, man. It is a shame, but that's just football for you, man. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens, man. Let's go ahead and move to the next game, man. Let's move to the next game. Galatasaray won 3, PAOK 1, and Galatasaray got a huge win there at home against PAOK, which is to be expected, of course. But PAOK is a good team, guys. This is the same team that won the Greek league, so keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. They won the Greek league. So, yeah, I gotta say, man, Galatasaray looked really amazing. Icardi got the goal there. Got the goal, and yeah, Park were just not great defensively. I think the thing for Park is I think they'll be better at home. I don't think they're that good of a away team, which is going to hurt them ultimately. But I think Galatasaray at home is going to be very strong. Galatasaray at home is going to be very strong, and so if you're going to take points off Galatasaray, you're going to have to probably do it at your ground. So yeah. Next is Ludogorets 0, Slavia Prague 2. This was to be expected. Ludogorets, I don't rate them whatsoever. I think it's a very mediocre team. And I think Slavia Prague they were just clinical in the day. They got the 2 goals as they needed. And yeah, that's pretty much how it went. Ludogorets just offered really nothing. I mean, 10 shots, 5 on target. So yeah. I mean, let me see the stats here. I suppose I do see what you mean. Chris, like they could have maybe got a draw in this game, maybe. But at the same time, I do feel like Galatasaray. I think Galatasaray just have superior quality. I think that's what they have. I think they just have superior quality individual players, and that pretty much carried them through in this game. All right, the Manchester United 20 game. I don't know. Should we discuss that last? I kind of want to discuss that last. I want to save those 3 games for last. Nice versus Sociedad. Nice got a draw against Sociedad at home. Sociedad opened the score in Barranquilla. Got the goal there. Then Nice obviously equalized. And yeah, it was a back and forth game. I think a draw is probably a fair result. Maybe Nice were better. But Sociedad, they finally managed to score a goal here, which is crazy because they've been so underwhelming in the league. But in the Europa League, they got a draw on the road, which is good. And I think this is actually a good point for them. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how Nice do because I think Nice could be a sleeper team, guys. I think Nice could be a sleeper team in the Europa League, guys. I think they could be a sleeper team. So, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what Nice can do here. Then I think we're done with the Wednesday games. I mean, we still have 2 more games to discuss, but I want to wait for Mats to come on. So, actually, let's talk about the Man United game. Let's talk about Manchester United. Manchester United won 21. Manchester United, at the current age of 2024, is a joke of a team. And this is typical United. Because United last season, like, let's be real, guys. The only reason Ten Hag is even in this job right now is because he won the FA Cup last season. Had he not won the FA Cup last season against Man City, he would have been sacked by now. And Manchester United, they made so much signs this summer. People are saying that, oh, Man United's back. They brought in they brought in De Ligt, they brought in Xerxes, they brought in these players. And it didn't matter at the end. Because right now, because I actually want to show you guys this. I want to show you guys Manchester United's form this season so far. Let's look at this. So they start the season with a 1-1 draw against Man City. They lost Community Shield on pens. It's Man City, of course. They're probably going to lose on pens. Then they beat Fulham at home, which is to be expected. Then they lost to Brighton. They lost to Liverpool at home, which is really bad. Then they beat Southampton. Then they beat Barnsley 7-0. They tied against Palace, and they tied against Twente. And look at United's schedule upcoming, guys. Tottenham at home, Porto away, Villa away. These are the next 3 games they have before international break, guys. I am genuinely concerned for Manchester United. I am genuinely concerned. Because even if they beat Spurs, which is a big if, guys, because we know how Spurs are like. Well, this is, Spurs are a very weird club. Are you really guaranteeing me they're going to beat? Because one thing is for sure, guys, they're not winning all 3 of those games. They're not winning all 3 of those games. That is simple facts. And I would be surprised if United wins all 3 games. It'd be a miracle. Because this United team, man, it's beyond shambles. Like, it's shambolic. Like, I don't know what's wrong with this United team. Defensively, they look a bit inept at times. They look suspect at times going forward. And their offensive line, man, it's just underwhelming, man. I'm sorry. Xerxes is just He's a decent player, but he's not that amazing. Amad Diallo is good. I rate Amad Diallo. He's probably their best attacker, one of the best attackers. Bruno Fernandes, he's a good player, but I don't think he's that amazing. I'm sorry, he's not world class. He's not world class. He's a good player, but he's not world class. Rashford, I'm sorry. Um, Rashford is overhyped. Iguace, he's a decent player, but it's not that amazing. There's a reason why PSG don't really use him that much anyway. Ericsson, he's okay, but let's be real, he's pretty much washed nowadays. And Mazraoui is good. I rate Mazraoui. Maguire, the less said the better. Martinez, I rate highly, and Delote's pretty good. Like, there's only a few players in this United team that I genuinely rate very highly. Most of these players I don't rate very highly. That's the simple truth. And we're looking at, not to mention, look at the bench. Garnacho, he's a good player, but I don't think he's that amazing. Minu is amazing. I rate Minu very highly. Mount, the less said the better. Rasmus Højlund, he's a decent player, but he's not that amazing. And then you got Binder there, Heaton, Evans, Delit, I rate highly. I don't know why Delit didn't play this game. Casemiro, Toby Kohler, and Anthony, the less said about Anthony, the better. And look at the injuries. I rate Euro. Shaw's okay, suppose. Malacia is okay. Lindelof is mid. So most of these United players are just simply mediocre. And I'm sorry, you can't be drawing at home to Twente. The Twente are playing the first European competition since 12-13 season. Guys, it's been like 10 years since we have seen Twente in a European competition. And let's be real, guys. Had the format not changed or everything like that, they may not even be in the Europa League. They might have been the Conference League. So the fact that United drew tight this game at home is just embarrassing. It's embarrassing. And you know what the sad thing is for United? Ericsson, it could have been a huge moment for Ericsson. He scored an amazing goal only for his mistake to be capitalized by Lammers. Lammers got the equalizer there. So it's just a really unfortunate move. Obviously, Guatse is also kind of at fault too. I don't think it's just Ericsson, but Ericsson obviously will take more of the blame because he had a direct contribution, but you could probably say Eric Guatse had an indirect contribution. And yeah, I just think for U20, man, it's just for Man United, man, it's just very disappointing to draw this game at home and being in a winning position. And remember, Manchester United are generally good at Old Trafford. They're not even good at Old Trafford nowadays. It's a theater of nightmares nowadays. So, yeah, it's just crazy to see what Manchester United is now nowadays. So you got to shout out to the Twente goalkeeper. The Twente goalkeeper had a masterclass, which is crazy. At 34 years old, he had a masterclass. And yeah, I just think for United, as I said, man, that it's just really embarrassing to see what United are like nowadays. They're a joke of a team, man. Joke of a team. So I'm gonna ask you guys this question, the poll, guys. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see that happens because that United Spurs game, oh man, that's gonna be a crazy game. That's gonna be a very interesting game. Let's put it this way. Very interesting game. Let's read some of you guys' comments and then we're gonna go ahead and move on. Hello, found the best competition is back. Dynamo was disappointing considering how good they were in the qualifiers. Your Eddie's feelings by. All right, see you, CK. Hoffenheim is really bad. Michelin looks very good in the Danish league. Yeah, I remember they actually won the Danish league last season, I believe. Park was not that bad. I was wrong again. They could have easily taken a draw. Galatasaray should really be in the Champions League. I watched the game; they were dangerous. Zumendi must regret staying at Real Sociedad. Sorry, they got destroyed by his young boys. Abelaman playing the Europa League. Zumendi should have went to Liverpool. Chris, I know. Teno got his wish. Pep has blood his hands for that. Man United have won one of the last 9 European games. The one against Copenhagen at home. That's actually crazy. You know what? I actually want to pull this up, guys. Let me see if I can pull this off here. Because I think someone actually shared this to me on my Discord server. I actually want to see if I can pull this up here. Where is it? I think it's from yesterday, though. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up. Where is it? Because that's crazy, man. United have only got one win in the last European games. 9 European games is crazy. That's crazy, bro. Okay, let me see if I can pull it up, guys. Let me see if I can pull it up. And you know what's also another crazy thing, guys? I thought United would win this game because it's a former, it's an Eredivisie team, so they should be able to win and everything like that. But dude, they can't even beat an Eredivisie team at home. It's ridiculous. Okay, so I got the link, guys. I found it right here. Bro, this is crazy. Look at this, guys. 3-3 draw versus Sevilla. Well, 3-3 in aggregate, sorry. No, isn't it 2-2? Okay, so 1-1 versus Twente, 1-0 at loss at against Bayern Munich, 3-3 draw against Galatasaray, 4-3 loss to Copenhagen. Copenhagen 1-0, then 3-2 loss against Galatasaray at home, 4-3 win. The Sevilla 3-0, and then I think this should be 2-2 though. That should be 2-2, but you get the point here, guys. United have only got one win in the last 9 European games. Is crazy. One win is insane. Hey, screw Man United. 3-2 to Spurs versus United. My early predictions. All right, they may win 0 of those 3 games. United curse now. United get the revenge of the wrong um team. Liverpool beat them 7-0, but they took revenge at Barnsley. You know what's crazy, guys? I saw Man United fans gassing up the win against Barnsley, saying that, "Oh, we're back, guys. We beat Barnsley 7-0. Let's go. We're back." Only to drop stinkers against Twente. And you can't even score goal against Palace. And Palace have been mediocre this season, guys. Palace have not been that good this season. So I'm telling you, man, that 7-0 win, it's Barnsley, man. Come on. It's Barnsley, man. Fernandes is overrated. I absolutely agree. Chelsea doing slightly better, but last season both declined. Garnacho not used enough. Maguire's a meme. Martinez is overrated. Is Martinez overrated? Is Martinez overrated? I don't think I see what you mean, Tari, but the thing is, he's good for Argentina, man. He's good for Argentina. Minus should leave Man United. I agree. Evans is 53. Most teams lose players to United, and they decline almost guaranteed, unless he hasn't played for a while. Ten Hag really turned on his boy Anthony. Any more United players that start with letter M? Atari J. The goalkeeper 20 was really good. And the Eredivisie doesn't have good goalkeepers. Yeah, that's true. Spurs leading quarterback 3-0 right now. Yeah, that game is pretty much done. We'll probably discuss that game when it's official. I just didn't want to wait for that game to end and then do the stream because that would take too much time. So I'd rather just discuss, And I want to keep the stream to around an hour. The theater of frauds. I think Ten Hag will get sacked and Van Nistelrooy will replace him soon. Ooh, potentially. Yeah, I think Ten Hag is going to get sacked this season. It's not a matter of when he's going to. It's not a matter of he's going to get sacked. It's more of when it's going to happen. Because I can almost guarantee you guys, Ten Hag is going to get sacked either October or November. He'll be like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Okay, it will be around that time of second. Yes, it was 2-2. It wasn't 3-3 over Sevilla. Sevilla own Man United. Yeah, Sevilla do own Man United. If you want to progress your career, you don't go to Man United. So yeah, so let me know what you guys think, guys. What is the issue with Manchester United? Because for me, is it the players, is the manager, is the fans? For me, I think it's everything. I think everything is wrong with the club. I just think some of those players we just mentioned are good enough. The manager's at fault for because what Ten Hag is doing, I feel like, is now trying to just get results. He doesn't care about how good the playing style is. He just wants to get results, get results, get results. But the issue is, it's not going to be sustainable, And then obviously the fans. I think some of the fans are too reactionary. Some of the fans are too reactionary. They're too crazy. They have way too high expectations for this club, and they just are simply unrealistic. And if they really do care about Manchester United, they would be boycotting the games. They'd be boycotting the games, not going to the games. If they really did care, because that's helping the Glazers. The Glazers are the issue with this club, and Ineos as well. There's just a lot of issues with United. United is just a joke of a team right now, and they're a banter club. They're a banter club right now, guys, and it's simple facts. Like Manchester United in the year 2024 is not one of the biggest clubs in the world. They're not one of the biggest clubs in the world. They're a big club in terms of fan base, but in terms of all the pitch, they're not up there, man. So, yeah, there's just a lot of issues wrong with United. I could spend all day discussing about United, but you guys get the point. There's just so much issues with the team. The team is just overall a chaotic disarray, shambles, and it's just a mess. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens indeed. All right, so let me go ahead and send the link here. Aren't you in you as the majority owner now? Is Matt's not coming on? He's coming from an event. He's coming from an event. He'll be here shortly, I suppose. What I'll probably end up doing, Matt, is I'll probably discuss the Porto game with him. We'll just do the Porto game, I suppose. So yeah. All right, let's move to the next one, guys. Next up, we got here is Fenerbahce 2, Union St. Galatasaray 1. Shout out to Fenerbahce for getting the win. They made up for it. And they needed to win. They needed to win this game after what happened in the derby on Saturday. And Fenerbahce won the game. Now, I'm a bit concerned with Fenerbahce, though, because as good as this win is, and don't get me wrong, it's a massive win. Union St. Galatasaray almost got a result in this game. And so that is concerning, though. Like, how are you getting done? Because, like, look at the stats here, man. Union SG had like 10, 15 shots, 7 on target. Fenerbahce kind of got lucky to win this game in some ways. Like, it's just ridiculous, man. Fenerbahce probably shouldn't have won this game. But that's just how football is, man. Sometimes you just need luck on your side, and I think they got the luck at the end of the day. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Fenerbahce do, because I actually think this team could do well, guys. This is a team that I think could maybe be a dark horse in the Europa League. Could maybe be a dark horse in the Europa League. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting, guys. Guys, I try to watch as many goals as I can, but obviously it's so difficult to talk about because, what is it called? There's so many games that's taking place at once, so it's really hard to, keep up to date with everything, So I tried my best, though, but, it's really hard for one person to do, So. Yeah. Okay, let's move to the next game, man. Next game we got here is Malmo 0, Rangers 2. Not surprising. Rangers got the win here. Malmo, they're just not good enough. Honestly, I don't really rate Malmo that highly. Now, Rangers are a good team, guys. Rangers are good. Rangers and the Europa League are good. Rangers in the Europa League are a good team. It's just that they're not good in the Champions League. Malmo, now to be fair, Malmo could still maybe make the playoffs, but they're going to have to rely on those teams around their level, because Rangers are not simply not on their level. They're just not. And Rangers got the win. Baljarmer got the goal. Mexlin, and yeah, Malmo just didn't really offer anything. And yeah, so yeah. Next up is Ajax 4, Besiktas 0. Ajax have absolutely obliterated Besiktas. Besiktas were so abysmal in this game. And you know what the weird thing is? I thought this game would be close. I thought I knew I just about edged Ajax to win this game. So, but, it's just that Besiktas just didn't perform. Like Besiktas are just not good enough. I'm sorry. Like, Ajax looked really good in this game, and this was a game I thought would be a close game. I thought it would be a close game. Maybe Ajax was just about edge this game, but the fact that Besiktas did absolutely, I mean, I want to see how many shots they had. Like, I want to see how many I want to see how many attempts they had, bro. Besiktas didn't even get a single shot on target. Besiktas didn't even get a shot on target. I'm sorry, that's disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful. It's one thing to get beaten badly, but if you can't even get a shot on target, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I mean, it's just a disgrace. And where's Vincent Abubakar? Wow, Vincent Abubakar, he got kicked out from Besiktas. That's what Tari's saying. That's so unfair. So, yeah, it's very unfortunate there. But yeah, it is what it is. The Braga 2, Maccabi Tel Aviv 1. Guys, we could have had an upset. We could have had an upset here, but guys, but Braga said, you know what? Hold my beer, and we're gonna make a late comeback. A stupid challenge there from the goalkeeper. Really stupid challenge there from Matthews to give away a penalty. Wait, who was no? Wait, who gave away the penalty for Braga? Wasn't it Matthews? Or am I tripping? Hold on. Why doesn't it say here? I thought it was Matthews that gave away the penalty. Who gave away the penalty? Who gave away the penalty? Isn't it Matthews? Yeah, it's Matthews. I don't know why it's not saying here the football. I'm pretty sure it was Matthews that made the thing. Anyways, he gave away a stupid penalty, and Maccabi Tel Aviv scored. And they were 1-0 up, and that's how the first half was like. You know, Braga were simply not good, and they had 13 shots, but they couldn't get any on target. But the second half, though, Braga had pestering that goal. They wanted that goal so badly. And I think you could tell that Maccabi were just going defensive. They just were trying to play for the draw, just trying to hold on to the win. Then Braga gets a good goal there. Bruma scores the 88th minute goal. You know, the assist came from Fernandez, and then they get a penalty right at the end. Very clumsy challenge there from Maccabi Tel Aviv. They actually get 2 players sent off because the players were complaining, I believe. And yeah. So yeah, it's a massive win for Braga at home. They needed this win, and yeah, I think for Maccabi Tel Aviv, man, they gave it a good effort, but man, they got to be better offensively, man. They got to be better offensively because I'm sorry, Maccabi Tel Aviv didn't offer much whatsoever offensively, and I understand the game plan was to go defensive, and that was probably the idea, but still, like you never want to rest on 1-0 lead. Maybe go 2-0 up, and then go. Then you can park the bus, but 1-0, it's just not a good score to park the bus out. It's just not a good score. And Braga, of course, they were going to win this game. They had so much quality. And yeah. That Frankfurt 3, Victoria Plzen 3. Guys, this was a crazy one. And to be fair, Chris is right. Maccabi Tel Aviv almost got the result they wanted. They just couldn't hold on to the end. They lacked the moments of concentration towards the end. So, but yeah. Anyways, Frankfurt 3, Victoria Plzen 3. Shout out to Victoria Plzen. Guys, Victoria Plzen is a very underrated team. Guys, Czech teams in general are very underrated. Like, Czech teams in general are underrated. And guys, this was a back and forth game. It was 1-1 the first half. That was a great goal there from Victoria Plzen, 41st minute. Then Frankfurt opened the scoring there. On the second half was crazy, man. Frankfurt got the 2 goals they needed. But then I think Frankfurt was like, you know what? We got the 2 goals we needed, so we're gonna park the bus. We're gonna park the bus, and then obviously Victoria Plzen scored 2 goals coming off the bench, I believe. No, actually, the 2 goal scorers didn't come off the bench, and yeah, Frankfurt just collapsed, man. Now I did see that the goalkeeper did get injured towards the end. I'm not sure how bad the injury is. I think it's okay. I don't think it's a long-term injury, but yeah, man. Shout out to Victoria Plzen, man, for staying switched on. They made substitutions, and yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was just crazy, man. Victoria Plzen are a very solid team, guys. And remember, they only conceded they didn't concede that many goals in the conference league last season, and they only got knocked to the Fiorentina, and Fiorentina are a much better team than them. So you got to give credit to them, man, for actually managing to hold on to this game and still be in the race to the very end. So yeah, then we got FCSB 4, RFS 1. As expected, FCSB, the Romanian team, absolutely destroyed FCSB. FCSB, RFS goalkeeper made an error. Fabrice Ondana. And correct me in the chat, guys. I believe he's Onana's cousin. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. But anyways, putting that to a side there. FCSB got the win. Ono got the goal. Briglia got the goal. Stanovsky got the goal. And yeah, I mean, FCSB absolutely obliterated RFS. RFS did get that moment of consolation. They did get that goal in the first half, which is it was a good goal to be fair, but the second half it was just they were just awful. They were really abysmal. And FCSB just scored all. They were just dominant. They got the 4-1 win they needed. Lyon 2, Olympiacos 0. Good win for Lyon, man. Olympiacos, I understand what they were trying to do. They were trying to play for a draw. That was probably their intention, but Lyon just have too much quality. Cherki, Ben Rama getting the goals. And yeah, Olympiacos, man, they gave it their best effort. They did the best they could, but they just didn't have enough quality. And I think for Olympiacos, I think the key for them is the home games. I think Olympiacos' home games is going to be critical. I don't think they're going to be that good on the road, which is where I have my issues with. But at home, I think they'll be very tough to beat. I think Olympiacos will be very tough to beat at home. Away from home, it's going to be very tricky. So it's going to be interesting to see how Olympiacos do, because remember, guys, they're the Conference League winners, guys. They're the reigning champions of the Conference League. So it'll be interesting to see how they do in this competition, guys. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens indeed. So, yeah. Then we have three more games to discuss. We have the Porto game to discuss. Roma won, Athletic Club won. Athletic Club, man, look out for this team, guys. This team is my dark horse. This is my dark horse for this year's Europa League, guys. Athletic Club, I think, could make it very far in this competition because Athletic Club's home form, guys, is top notch. Their home atmosphere is incredible. Absolutely incredible, guys. Absolutely incredible. Athletic Club is no joke at home. And the fact they managed to get a draw against Roma, the Europa League runners-up a few years ago, is insane. And remember, guys, this is a Roma team that is I believe they're the highest ranked team of this year's Europa League. They're the highest ranked of the UEFA coefficients. So this is a statement in itself. And remember, Bilbao haven't been in the European competitions, I believe, 2015. So, like, it was crazy, guys, because Roma probably should have won this game because Roma were so much better than the first half. Athletic Club were not that great in the first half, but as good as Roma were in the first half, and obviously they were great. They only got one shot on target, only 3 shots. I mean, that was insane possession. But the second half, though, it was even. Then Athletic Club scored the nice there, Paredes. And yeah, I think it's pretty impressive to see what Athletic Club can do, guys. I think this team could do something in this year's Europa League, guys. This is my dark horse pick. If you guys are looking for dark horse this season Europa League, this is the team, guys. I'm very confident with this team. This team is now they could even win this Europa League, guys. I could even go as far as say they could win this Europa League, guys. But I think the key for them for Athletic Club, if they really want to win this Europa League, they have to do better in away games because just home form alone isn't going to be enough. As good as their home form is amazing, everything. If they really want to win this year's Europa League, they have to be better on the road because you cannot be relying on just home games. And so, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what Bilbao can do in this year's Europa League. Then we have one more game to discuss. Then we'll get to the Porto game. Matt said he'll be coming on very soon. So yeah, the Tottenham 3, Quarterback 0. I mean, Quarterback, man, you guys are absolutely disgraced. The fact that Tottenham went a man down, I just said their center back he got a red card on this game. He got a red card in this game. You still did at nothing? Like, at the very least, can you get a draw? I mean, Quarterback, man, I'm sorry to say it's Matt. This is a joke of a team. I saw the first goal. That was shambolic defending there. I believe it's the guy that made a stupid error. Then Johnson scored. Then Saar scored there from the corner. I mean, Quarterback were shocking defensively, man. Shocking defensively. Solanke got the goal, and yeah. So I'm just beyond. It's just beyond disgraceful what Quarterback did. Absolutely disgraceful. Tottenham. You got to give it up to Tottenham, though. They won the game. That's a massive 3 points. And I'm very interested to see that United-Tottenham game because that's such a very interesting game. So, yeah, I mean, Quarterback, man, I don't know what to say, Mats. It's just a disgraceful team. So, and then we have the Porto game to discuss. And then, Mats, we're not going to run through all the games with you, Mats, but just give me a quick takeaways. Like, results that surprised you the most and results that we'll talk about that, I suppose, and we'll look at the table, I suppose. So now we're going to talk about the Porto game. Porto, man. Bodo Glimt 3, Porto 2.
Before I do comment, I will quickly just say, though Karabag lost against 10 men, it's not really a surprise that Tottenham got the win.
No, I'm not saying. Obviously, I still expect the Tottenham to win, but I'm just shocked at how bad Quarterback were. I thought they would be like giving a much closer game. I didn't think it would be like a one-sided game. That's what I'm saying. Like, even down a man. That's what shocks me the most. So, but yeah. Anyways, putting that to a side, let's talk about Bodo Glimt 3, Porto 2. Matt, I thought Porto started off well. Omar Dean got the goal there at the 9th minute of the game. I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe Porto could actually win this game on the road. And we know Bodo Glimt's a very tough game, a very tough home team because they have their Their conditions are very snowy. It's very cold. And remember, guys, Bodo Glimt does their season very differently. They do their in calendar year base. They don't do it by season base as most European teams do. So their games are they're coming to us on more match sharpness as well. Obviously, Porto, the season has just kind of begun. It's only been like 1 month of the season. But Bodo Glimt, I give credit up to them. They got the equalizer. Hall got the goal there. Then Hag got the goal. Then Hall got the goal. And what's impressive? They even were able to still win this game, even down a man, which is really impressive. So, and maybe I was being harsh on my Bodo Glimt prediction in the Europa League, because maybe they can get knockaround playoffs. So, and for Porto, you guys obviously scored, but obviously by that point it was too late. So, yeah, Matt. Well, Matt? Are you worried with Porto, or you just think it's one game? We shouldn't get too carried away.
I think it'll be easiest to say with the next game, which I'll get onto later. But I don't think we can use the weather as an excuse, because this was the ideal time of the season to play Bodo Glimt away. It was the warmest time of the year, and late and in the next few months the temperature gets much colder. So the weather thing's not really an excuse. I thought, as you said, Porto started off very well. They got the goal. They looked on top. They did have a few other chances afterwards, and then the equaliser changed the game. So, and from there, it looked poor. The few chances Porto did get were very unconvincing. Gonzalo Borges, I haven't seen him do anything significant that wasn't in a preseason game. He's very ineffective. He was signed sometime before or last season, and I only really remember him making sub appearances against Arsenal, and the second leg in particular, he was very ineffective. So I definitely don't want to see him play against Manchester United. And then the defense, oh wow. João Mario, who got caught on that third goal. He was one of the defenders from last season. I don't think he was the worst of the defenders, but he got caught out on a few times, including for missed chances. And Pedro, oh wow, he's got. I won't quite say he's got to be dropped, but I haven't necessarily seen much from him that can make me 100% be sure that this should be a starting centre back. I know this is a phrase that I know. I said a phrase that AD on AD's live stream yesterday, so I'm going to tweak it a bit more appropriately. I'll say Z Pedro had the defense of broken protection. He was that bad, and something that's also been pointed out by the Porto fans is that Vitor Bruno rotated too much, which I think we could see from how bad Borges was.
Wow.
I mean, Grujic hasn't played too much this season. Stakio has had a few appearances, I think he's tinkered with the defense as well. Although Mora's now the first choice left back, and I think and João Mario did play last weekend, but Porto didn't really get it going after they conceded until it was 3-1 down, and which, to be fair, there were a few chances, and Dennis Goal from Sweden actually scored on his debut. But I think things do need to change ahead of this weekend and the Manchester United game.
That's a very interesting game.
Yes. I do expect a stronger team against Man United, so
you better.
if the selection's the main issue, then and that can be fixed, then I think Porto have the advantage given the situation Man United's in.
Yeah.
But overall, good start. Game changed, and Porto couldn't do anything, and they didn't do anything until the game was not gone from them, but it gave them more to do than they should have allowed.
Okay, so just to reiterate, are you saying that Porto basically lost this game because the best 11 wasn't selected?
I mean,
that's you didn't directly say that, but it kind of feels like it's implied.
Well, I mean, that's what was said amongst some of the Porto fans, and I feel as though I can agree with it to an extent. But even then, the striker Samuel, he's now become the main striker. Nico Gonzalez is a regular. Ivan Hami had been playing quite frequently until Pepe came back. I mean, sure, maybe the defense was tinkered with, and we might have gone too pragmatic with the midfield, but that team should have still had enough to at least get a result.
That's crazy. Like, Bodo were down a man, and it felt more likely that Bodo was going to do something in Porto. That's just the crazy thing, you know. That's a crazy thing. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. Yeah. All right. So rather than go through all the games, I think I'll take too much time. We'll just talk about the big winners from Matchday 1 and big losers. How about that? And then maybe we'll look at Matchday 2 briefly, and I suppose we go from there. How does that sound, Mats?
Sounds fine. One other game I did watch was Man United versus FC Twente.
Yeah, and we gotta say Man United.
I think that would be the next one to go, because it would transition fairly well to then preview that Porto vs Man United game.
Okay. Well, we're not gonna do a full preview because we're kind of running out of time. But we'll kind of just do it briefly, I suppose. But let me read you guys' comments.
Well, we can talk more what these games mean for the preview as a.
Okay. Yeah. Biggest clubs in this order: Madrid, Milan, Bayern, Liverpool, Barca. Well, what are you mean, currently? Well, I'm currently. I wouldn't say Milan is up there. Yeah, I think that's. I mean, if besides Milan, I think everything else agreeable, I suppose. Currently, these are probably the best teams. But if you're going by biggest clubs, That's subjective. But like I said, the point I was trying to make here is that Man United have been a joke of a club for the last couple of years. Obviously, they're still a big club historically speaking. They're obviously still a big club, but in the current year, 2024, they're not one of the best teams in the world. That's what I was trying to say. That's the whole point I was trying to make there. Goku made some David De Gea like saves. USG looked really bad. And I don't think they were that bad. I think it's a bit harsh. I wish Fenerbahce really qualified for Champions League. That would have been amazing. Same. Well,
Although we didn't see them play well in the Istanbul derby.
Yeah, that's true. Who else thinks Turkish clubs are overrated? You might be onto something, Chris. You might be onto something because I do think generally Turkish teams are kind of a little overrated. Because Galatasaray, as good as they are defensively, I think they're a bit shaky. Fenerbahce, do they have enough quality? And Besiktas, as we just talked about earlier, they got absolutely obliterated by Ajax. And so you might be onto something, Chris. I don't know, Matt. What do you do? Do you agree? Do you think Turkish clubs are overrated?
I imagine Fenerbahce is overrated, but I'm not sure how highly the others are being judged on. So I'm not sure in regards to them.
Nick Fadley says, I bet you're a Mourinho fan, sorry. And there's no shame in that. I disagree. It's a surprise. Malmo were really good against PAOK. Yeah, Malmo were good against PAOK. And the what's it called? I think the Champions League qualifiers. Didn't they do a comeback? Or am I tripping? I might have forgot. But anyways, Malmo did a crazy comeback to reach the Europa League. Oh, sorry, it was the Champions League qualifiers. No, it's not like that. Abukar get kicked out of Besiktas. That's probably why Besiktas are mid. Turkish League is bad, to be honest. You got loaned to Atenlasapor. Firmino went to Fenerbahce. Matthews got sold to Hellspor. I wasn't a fan of him going there. Czech clubs over Turkish clubs, not only according to me, but according to UEFA coefficients. This is the facts. I actually agree. Czech teams are actually better than Turkish teams.
I go back to Pookie's comment. Well, I'm gonna quote Cooley and say, you know why he went? No, wait. He said, you know why he ended up there? Because he's not that guy anymore.
Wow, I didn't know you dislike Mourinho. Interesting.
I don't. I'm just quoting Cooley.
Yeah, I mean, if we're being real, guys, Mourinho is not this. Mourinho is he's kind of washed, to be honest with you. If we're being honest,
he's not the same since he was at Chelsea.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right, let me go through the comments. I was shocked. He should have returned to Porto. Disaster Mercabe at the last minutes. Exactly. Yes, or some other Portuguese team, Frankfurt. To see how defensive Victoria Plzen played last year in the Conference League, the scoreline was unpredictable. Yeah, like it's crazy that Victoria Plzen were so good defensively last season in the Conference League, and then this game they were not. They were. I mean, they couldn't care less now. I mean, they got the draw, but it's very uncharacteristic for them. Yes, he is. Andon is an AFCON winner somehow. Metal Bar better fix up. Olympics haven't started the season well in general. Should Roma have kept De Rossi? Yes, I agree. I think De Rossi should have stayed.
I think so too.
Roma played in the first half. No, I think it was 2017. 2017 was wait. Is 2017 the last time Bilbao was in European competitions? Okay, I'll have to fact check that, but I don't know. I'll have to double check. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that Bilbao hasn't been in Europe for so long. That was the point I was trying to make earlier, Matt. Roma did De Rossi dirty. Athletic Club can go far in the Europa League. Roma should bring back Totti in some sort of role. Valverde in Europe is questionable. All right. Valverde Europe is questionable. That I suppose is true. Manchester United would be a good team if they got new players, new managers, a new owner, a new state, a new fans. Basically, restart. Basically, just create an entirely new team. That's crazy. Quarterback are awful. Fans has nothing to do with the Man United players are performing low. Now, see,
well, they did get Sir Jim Radcliffe, so that's one step on getting new owners.
See, Pook, I understand what you mean because you can't affect on the pitch, but you can still affect your revenue. You can still affect that kind of stuff. Because I'm saying, if Man United fans really want change, they shouldn't be going to the games. They should be boycotting. They should be buying the player sales and stuff like that. Like, if they really want change.
And then and in order for that to work, that needs to get communicated enough, because if you end up boycotting and then it doesn't, the message doesn't get spread out, then it's ineffective. But carry on.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I understand what Pookie means. Because to be fair, he is right in the sense that obviously it can't affect on the pitch, but the fans can still do. They can still contribute. They can still try to get mentioned. They can still try to fix up Manchester United. They can still do their ways by helping out. But Paraguay saw all the goals against Ludogorets after that can't score in Europe. Yes, they do sometimes. Roadshow. Look at the budget of quarterback. I understand, Chris, but it's still shameful to lose that badly to Tottenham, even with the man up advantage. I'm sorry. Now, if they didn't go down to 10 men, then I wouldn't be as critical. But still, obviously I Tottenham should be winning. We all agree with that. But it's just the manner of which I'm more critical of the manner of which the performance, the more critical of the performance rather than the result itself. This team almost beat Leverkusen last season. Porto, if they abused one player online, yeah. Bodo are fearless. Bodo Klim can really go far. Bodo Klim and their fans must be proud of this upset when Porto looked bad. Bodo Klim love causing problems. I'm surprised by how bad they were against Red Star in the UCL playoffs away. Meanwhile, a few minutes after kickoff, there was a beautiful sunset. How's Costa still at Porto? Oh, Mats. Speaking of Diego Costa, man, I need Barca to sign him. Sorry, Mats, nothing personal, but I need Barca to sign him next summer.
Well, I think the answer to that question is, I think it's a combination between that clubs haven't. I think the desire for a goalkeeper hasn't been that strong to reach out to Diogo Costa, and then the other thing is, whenever Costa has been linked, usually clubs don't want to agree to the set fee or negotiate closer. But given that Andre Villas-Boas has been improving the business side of things, I think when Costa does leave, which I don't know when, I think it will be a sale that will work out for Porto, unlike the Taremi situation.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Matt, if you could give him to Barca, that'd be appreciated. I would genuinely greatly appreciate that.
I'm not sure if he's I'm not sure if he's Barca level. I'm not sure he is as good as the past seasons, but he's still a good enough keeper to keep his spot at Porto.
Dude, he's better than Yaki Pena. You can make an argument he's better than Ter Stegen. You can make an argument. There's an argument to be made. There's an argument that could be made. And Chesney is only for 1 year. We're probably going to sell Chesney after this 1 year's done. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Anyways, David T says, I might have overrated Porto. I think it's just one game. Let's not get too carried away, but it is, and maybe it's a good thing for Porto. Like, get this loss out of the way and then see if you guys can bounce back. Because obviously, I'm not saying
the next game's at home as well. Against the biggest club of Porto's fixtures. And plus, the weekend before, Porto won 3-0 at Vitória Guimarães, who have been very good over the years, are currently third in the league. And before this Bodo Glimt win, the only loss they had was to Sporting CP away, who are the best team in the league. And they even beat Sporting CP in the Portuguese equivalent of the Community Shield.
Yeah. All right, let me go through these comments. Bodo Glimt will host my capital via January 23rd. Israel team will travel to the Arctic Circle in January. Would like to decide something like that. Okay, I'm not gonna read that last part because it's political, but let's just say UEFA, their fixture scheduling is quite insane. But yeah, to be fair, Bodo always tough. Bodo rarely lose at home. Yeah, I believe the last time Bodo lost a European game at home was Arsenal. I believe. I think they're the last team to beat them at home.
Oh, so. I've just thought of a joke. What will Bodo say to Maccabi Tel Aviv when they arrive?
Okay.
Freeze! Get it? Because
Okay.
it'll be cold.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's funny. I mean, the weather might be a minus 15 degrees. Low. Sounds good. If we're going to have a disgrace for letting that happen, it's going to be a fun if no players injured. How will I still lead your club? Lazio cooked. Yeah, Lazio cooked. Yeah. All right, let me go ahead and read comments that are relevant to this Europa League discussion. Bastoni will be good for Real Madrid. I don't think he'll leave, though. Mourinho has been making awful managers.
Did you talk about the Man United game earlier?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so I suppose
yeah.
what I can do is just say a few quick points because I don't have as much to say as I did on Porto, but I'll do it after you read the comments.
Oh yeah. Mourinho's been making awful managers since 2016. Mo would be Portugal right now if it wasn't for Roma, though. Coach,
I mean, he turned down Portugal, so that's on him.
I think so. Yeah, dude, I think that's I think Mourinho would be great for Portugal. Because I'm sorry, he's better than Roberto Martinez. He's better than Fernando Sanchez as well. But I don't know why he declined Portugal. I think he still has a belief that we can do something club level wise. I think that's why he's rejected. But I think Jose Mourinho, man, you have to accept it that you're just not that guy for club level anymore. Maybe he should have went back to Chelsea. He tried then he turned it down because he wanted to go to Roma, and then bam, they sacked him. Perez wanted him back in South Stream, but he decided to already go to Roma. Oh, that's why he wanted to continue at Roma. Maybe he should.
I mean, he did have a relationship with the fans. To be fair.
Yeah, to be fair, I feel like that Roma Mourinho. I feel like there was really, I think Mourinho really felt close to Roma. Like I think he genuinely felt close with the fans. So yeah, scratch my head. Perez went back to South Stream, but they already agreed to go to Roma. Scratch my head low. Perez went back 2019 too, but Ramos Benzema didn't want him back. During Mourinho's second stint in Chelsea, you would never see me defending him. We're saying Mourinho's that guy, but Ancelotti was looking washed until he went back to Real Madrid. Making great managerial decisions is important. That is true.
And plus, Mourinho's relationship with Ramos was similar to the one he had with Pogba.
Yeah. 2015-16, he was awful because Mourinho didn't leave on good terms. What do you mean? Replying, what do you say about Ramos not wanting Mourinho back? 12-13 was also really awful. Mourinho. Yeah. Oh no. Read my other comments, Mats. Mourinho is being stubborn. I know he's not good anymore. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and look at this, man. So let's just do our big winners and losers, I suppose, of the Europa League Matchday 1. So we have all the matchups here, guys, by round. And then maybe we'll do a quick preview of Matchday 1. I mean, Matchday 2. Quick preview. So who would you say is okay? Let's do big winners first. Let's be positive. I like to be a positive merchants. I'd say big winner is probably Anderlecht. I think they surprise people. I would say Bodo Glimt. Lazio as well. Big win on the road.
I'm looking at Galatasaray.
Galatasaray is a good shout.
Also, Lazio as well. They managed to win 3-0 on the road.
Yeah, I mean, and we know Lazio are generally bad on the road. So this is actually pretty surprising. So, yeah. And then Thursday, I suppose Ajax is also a big one. I say Victoria Plzen is a big winner. Athletic Club as well. Tottenham as well. You could probably go with a lot of teams. But I think my overall big winner, I think the team
Victoria Pearson managed to get a draw at Frankfurt.
Yeah, that's it. They were, Mats, they were 3-1 down and they scored 2 late goals in the last, I think, 5 minutes of the game. So,
I'm tempted to pick them, but then again, they didn't have the best game before that. Before the 2 goals, I think I am going to say Lazio.
Okay, my big winner, I think I'd probably go with this Lazio. They got the 3-0 win. Sure, you could maybe say FCSB, or maybe you could say Tottenham, but we all expect them to win. None of us expected Lazio to beat Dynamo Kiev by that big of a margin. Even if you did predict Lazio to win, it wouldn't be that big of a margin. So, yeah, I do agree with you. The big loser,
I say Manchester United.
Yeah, it's probably Manchester United because they tied to a team. Matt, I believe Twente haven't played a European game since I believe like 10 years ago. I think I read
And
over.
that might have been they might not have played a European game since Erik ten Hag managed them.
That is crazy. So yeah, Man United the big losers. And
And
it's really a shame because oh sorry.
or actually, it might not have been that. It might have been they've not played in Europe since Erik ten Hag was the assistant to Steve McLaren.
Oh my geez, no way. Yeah, they're definitely the big losers.
Um,
So
I mean, because Ericsson scored a great goal in the first half, but the second half, the goal they conceded, that was a combination of errors between Ericsson, Maguire, the left back, to even let that the chance be created. Yeah,
yeah.
Bruno Fernandes was unlucky, and the goalkeeper had a oldie a few times. But to allow that to happen, it's not looking good for Ten Hag.
Yeah.
And funnily enough, Garnacho was probably the most effective player in that second half.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
And,
He's not really Man United's best player.
Often that was whilst he was in his own half.
Yeah.
So he had to help the Man United defense out at times.
Yeah. And then I guess for Thursday, I mean, I guess Frankfurt you can maybe say it's a big loser because they were 3-1 up and then you screw up 2 goals in the end and you were at home as well.
I
So
agree with that. It would have been
yeah,
Braga had they not got that at second goal.
yeah.
Because I saw
You could also
at a late period they were losing at home.
yeah, we were just discussing about it. Could you also say Roma's a big loser? I mean, Athletic Club got a late equalizer when Roma were pretty dominant. Well, they weren't really that dominant, but Roma were still better than them, and Athletic Club kind of just showed up in the last couple of minutes. You know, and you could also maybe say Club is a big winner as well. So
You could make the argument, although beforehand, I don't think we would have seen a draw as a surprising result. I think I had 2-2.
yeah, actually, to be fair, I predicted a draw. Yeah, actually, you know what? I think it's a bit harsh, Roma. But yeah, I think this is pretty fair. Okay, let's look at match day 2. We're gonna look at the notable games. We're not gonna go through all the games, obviously, because that'll take too much time. So look at the notable games right here, man. What games really stand out to you? Because for me, match day 2, I think the big game. I think Lazio Nice is gonna be a very interesting game. I think
Ooh,
that's very interesting.
that's a good
That's a
one.
tough one. Olympiacos Braga, I think, is a very interesting one.
Yep. Also, if Ferencvaros show up, then that could be a good game against Tottenham.
Yeah, and it's on the road as well for Tottenham, so that'll be interesting. And we know Tottenham away is a bit unpredictable. So, yeah,
I'm going to use your language a bit and say, I dare Roma to lose away to Elfsborg.
Sebastian.
I mean, to be fair, that's not either of the Sebastian's clubs.
I know, but it's a Swedish team. Anyways, putting that to the side. Okay, so I mean, looking at the games, I mean, Olympiacos Braga is a good one. Lazio Nice is a good one. Maybe Ferencvaros Spurs.
Slavia Prague actually won away at Ludogorets, so that game against Ajax is a possible banana skin.
Yeah, potentially. Then I think the late kickoff games is Sports and Man United. Obviously, that's a big
that's
one.
the standout.
Yeah,
but the fact that both teams didn't win, that's actually magnified the fact that this is a big game.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know how much pressure Ten Hag will be on.
No, there's gonna be a lot of pressure.
I mean, but it might reduce if Man United win on the weekend.
I suppose, but there's still be pressure. I'm pretty sure, even if Man United do win, I suppose. But yeah,
It's one of these games where I think Bruno Fernandes will ghost a few games beforehand, but then score in this game. Like Man United are probably capable of getting the win, but I don't know if they can. I don't know if they will apply themselves properly to get the win. Like I
Matt,
said earlier, I expect Vitor Bruno to start a stronger team against Man United than he did against Porto. So I think we're gonna. I think there's probably a bit of a better chance that Porto win.
Yeah, well, but here's the thing, Matt. The thing is, like, if Man United do win, it'll be a crappy win. It'll be a crap house win. It'll be like what we did last season against Porto. Like, remember how
Yeah, I was thinking something like that.
All right, I think United played against Villa. Like, that Villa game, Man United. I mean, Villa probably should have won that game, and United basically won the game because Onana made amazing saves and Villa's finishing let them down. So it would basically be a crap house win. It won't be a convincing win if they win. It'll be like a scrappy 1-0 win probably. But yeah, anyways, that's going to be it for today's.
We'll probably get Diogo Dalot playing as well.
Yeah, actually, do Man United have any form? Actually, before we round off, last thing I'll say, then we'll head off. Does Man United have any former Porto players in their team?
They had Pellers. I have a feeling Dalot might have been at Porto. I know he was playing in Portugal beforehand. Can just quickly check if it is any of them. Then I think it might be Dalot. Bruno Fernandes went from Sporting CP, so not him.
All right.
I think the only one I think it could be is Dalot.
Yeah, Dalot. Let me actually check. Yes, he did. 7 games. All right, let's read some of you guys' final comments. We're going to head off. Mourinho needs his boy Rui Faru back low. It is Man United. As much as I like him, Man United finished. You guys every day. Thank God I just got Real Madrid before Man United. That's crazy. Real Madrid never declined Man United. Yeah, I know. Even during an underwhelming period, you went back-to-back La Liga titles. Ten Hag or Pioli against Porto. And like 2004, when Porto got a late winner from a Howard mistake, Man United to tell us. Ooh, that might actually happen. We'll see. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to Matchday 2. And of course, next Thursday, guys, me and Matt's going to be here live, and we're going to be discussing about this Europa League action. We'll also discuss Conference League too, because Conference League will also be starting. So
I can't promise that I will be there.
Okay, well, we'll hopefully you'll try your best. Let's put it this way. Well, I'll be here for sure.
Depends on the time, really, because I think I'm going to be reviewing the game on someone else's channel.
Okay, well, I suppose we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'll definitely watch. I'll try my best to watch that game. But anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this stream. Remember, guys, like and subscribe. Let's see how many likes we're on before we round off. We are currently on 10 likes. I'd say it's pretty solid for a Europa League stream. Obviously Europa League, people like the Champions League more, which is understandable, but the Europa League is still fire, man. So yeah. Anyway, so hope you guys did enjoy. Remember, guys, like
10 likes have given luck to the people that have liked to their teams for next week.
Yeah, run guys, like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Remember to subscribe to Matt's channel as well. I'll leave a link to the description below. And yeah, I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out.
Thanks for having me on.